agenda items only, which is pretty common, and one benefit I see of that, at least for myself, it helps me to kind of hone in on some of the things that people are touching on some of the policies, and some of the things we have the answer for, some we don't. So we are, I will kind of give John a nudge if there's something he can address or I can address. There's also other things that have been asked many times by the same people over and over again that have been addressed. And I think at this point we are, trying to move past that. I know the, process for looking at our policies has been brought up many times. That was something we did look at in the last year. Looking at policies is an ongoing process, and maybe we can touch on that in a few minutes. But John, I know you had other things you were going to address there too.
On policy?
No, just I kind of interrupted.
I was going to actually talk about the policies and how we try to address those and so forth. That's really all I had. I think it was. I'm trying to read the Jones information here. Other than the policies, part of the QSAC is we have to provide policies to the county office. They have to review those policies to make sure we're in compliance, and then to make sure we're up to speed with those as well. So I think we are making steady progress with them. In Strauss Esme, when they did their audit, it wasn't just, it didn't take them a day to go through this. It took them many weeks. We had numerous policies. And sometimes maybe, a policy hasn't been updated and we missed it. And we work to correct them to make sure that they are up to date. So it's a continual process. We continue to look at it. And if you look at policies, you may find a policy that is out of date or incorrect, but we're working to do this again to make sure that we're following guidelines that we're supposed to. But the overall, there's a lot of good things happening in this meeting today, and I think we can't lose sight of that. And I think when we have our test score presentation, the community will be happy with that. We're trying to do things the right way, and we're making great progress here. It's a great place to learn and grow your students, or children, I should say, for our students.
Okay, thanks, John. And just a couple other things that I just wanted to touch on with the policies. We did review those in detail. We had a very large document. I forget how many. Do you know, Paul, offhand, how many?
Just this one alone, I know was in the 70s.
79 pages.
This one was 79 pages, but when we had Strauss Esme do the policy audit, I think it was a table that I want to say was 40 pages, I believe, with policy summaries that we then looked at, and the policies go through a first reading and then a second reading. So that has been addressed before. I know it's come up, so I at this point have stopped bringing it up or responding to that. In terms of the Citizen Advisory Committee, we did bring it up at an initial board meeting, I forget what month. And then the following meeting, we did vote to approve the Citizen Advisory Committee, which I see that as a positive thing for not only the school, but the community, people communicating both ways. I don't know if there's other items here I wanted to address. In terms of the audit, the results look great. We did just get those today. Ideally, in the future, I think we could possibly look to having that presented on a board and something that would be legible to the public for the applicant. So I think that's something we can look at as well. I think that's all I have for addressing comments here. So I'd like to thank everybody for their attendance tonight. We don't have anything under executive session, and motion to adjourn. Great. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals?